What's up, everybody? It's Chris from the Omega Dudes. Look, we get it. Not everybody has time to watch a full episode, so we made these Omega Bites, short clips for you dudes out there living a fast lifestyle. If you haven't done so already, subscribe. Drop a comment in the comment section, seriously.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
You have our permission to go ham, so light it up. Get ready for the clip. But there's so many like new games that are out that I just haven't even played yet, that they're probably having tournaments, and games that are probably due to come out that are going to be a whole different, field, because I know people specialize in certain games or gaming styles. So you'd really have to like go through some basic training to get there, I would think.
Yeah. Well, like one of the biggest games, I mean, Fortnite's huge,
Of course,
it's huge worldwide. But one of the biggest games over the last several, 5-10 years or so has been The Witcher. The Witcher 3 that came out.
Yeah.
That's huge. I mean, they just turned it into a big TV series.
Mm-hmm. That was a good series.
Yeah, you got Henry Cavill on it, and you got what's his name, Khal Drogo.
Yep.
Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
He signed on for season 2. That's going to be fun. But Cyberpunk. That's coming out. And
wait, so what's going on with Cyberpunk? Because you talked about that to me before off video, and I thought, like, I saw a trailer for that. It's got to have been almost a year ago now. Did it come out and there's another one coming out, or what's the deal?
That game is being made by the same people that made The Witcher.
Okay.
CD Projekt Red. These guys are extremely meticulous about the product they put out and what they're doing and how they do it. Mm-hmm. This game has been in development since 2012.
What?
Yeah. I don't know if you've played The Witcher or not, but as big and as massive as that open world RPG was, this is like 10 times the scale of that.
It looks awesome. I gotta say, it looks like really good.
Massive. But to answer your question, no, it has not come out. It started at the E3 convention in 2018. They released a demo for it, a playable demo at the convention only.
Okay.
And it won every award they had. 2019, they did it again. It won every award they had, and it's finally coming out here in 4 days.
Hey, that'd be sweet. That'd be one I would look into. You know what's funny is I just thought of another game that I used to just crush people at. Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah.
Holy hell. I could destroy. And what was funny is I dated a girl one time. She had the gall to say, "Oh, I could beat you in Mortal Kombat 2." And I'm like, what? I don't think you know. I don't think you know who you're talking about or talking to here. I don't think you understand who I am. So I actually I got a Super Nintendo from a buddy that still had one. We plugged it in, and I beat the living hell out of her time after time after time with every character. I was like, pick a character you want me to beat. I don't care. Just, yeah. And I hadn't even played it in forever, years, 5-10 years. Yeah.
Speaking of which, they're actually doing a reboot. They're making another Mortal Kombat movie. It's supposed to come out.
Oh, really? See, I actually liked the original Mortal Kombat movie. A lot of people didn't, and I get why. It was kind of not really like following the story of the game so much, but I thought it was good. I liked it. It
was a cool movie, but it's like the Joker. It shouldn't have been called the Joker. That shouldn't have been called Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was a lot better
than... They were cool
than...
movies in and of themselves, but the title...
I think you have to, with some of this stuff, like when you're talking about a comic or video game, and translating that to the screen into something that people will take seriously, that's not like campy, but seems like, okay, well, in a real world, like this is something within the realm of possibility that I can wrap my head. My suspension of disbelief has not reached its breaking point with this. And so like you had that with like the Christian Bale Batman series, where certain things that Chris Nolan kind of changed around a little bit to make it like, Batman doesn't drive. It wouldn't make sense for him to drive, a supercar import with all of this crap on it and stuff like that. So it's an industrial, like military style combat tank-ish car, and so that's where they had the whatchamacallit, the Tumbler, and so I think that there's some stuff like that they try and do. Sometimes they totally miss the mark, sometimes they nail it, like with the Dark Knight series, so maybe that's what they were doing with that.
The big problem back then, though, is that video game movies just weren't successful. I mean, think about the things that you saw. There was, like we talked about, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, which I love because it is so campy, but so JCVD with that American flag tattoo, that's the one I was going to say next. Double Dragon, which, hey, I will say that scene with Alyssa Milano climbing into that tunnel is still one of my favorites. But video game movies just weren't super successful. Actress. Look at Mario Brothers or Super Mario Brothers. That had nothing to do with the video games. But then again, how do you make a movie out of? I do too. I love the movie, but how do you make a movie out of that? It's kind of hard, right?
It started in 1999.
Okay,
that's when they started to kind of turn a page.
All right,
that was Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's comic book though versus video game,
right? But the Spider-Man video games were always the coolest video games of all the rules. But that's what started it. It was Spider-Man, and then came Resident Evil. The Resident Evil series was pretty solid.
We need to look that up. Maybe we'll do an actual segment on video games turned to movies next time. But Resident Evil, was that the first successful video game movie franchise?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Because the one that probably the biggest game of the late 90s and basically all of the 2000s was Halo. Oh, you know, and they've been, Peter Jackson signed on to produce it.
Xbox.
Yeah, Peter Jackson signed on to produce it, direct it. They've a million scripts and all this, and they never could get the movie made. Well, finally, Showtime just now decided it's like, oh, screw it, we're going to make a TV show.
Oh.
Well, did you guys see? I'll sign up for Showtime to freaking get that. I'll give it a look. But did you guys see the Halo Forward Until Dawn mini movie?
Yes.
So I thought that when that first came out, when I first saw that, I thought that it was just like an extended trailer or something for a full length movie they were doing, and I don't know if they were trying to put out the feelers for that or what. But I was like, dude, this is
it was good.
Yeah, there's been some pretty decent shorts that they've done. Yeah, absolutely.
But with the style animation that was, I don't mean to cut you off, but
no, go for it.
Another really good video game movie they made was the Final Fantasy movie like that. I don't remember what it was called. I want to say Advent
something. Yeah, Advent Children or something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but it was
something
maybe
that
style. But that movie was actually really good.
Yeah, I thought it was a decent flick, but
Forward Until Dawn was much better. Yeah, I was like you. It's like I sat down, I hit play on it. It was on like YouTube or something when I watched it, and I thought it was just like a trailer or something. So here I am.
The Spirit Within.
Oh, The Spirit Within. That's right. What was Advent Children? What was I thinking of? Whatever. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, The Spirit's Within. It was all right. It was all right.
Yeah.
But it's like, I got like 20 minutes in and went, okay, this isn't a trailer.
Yeah.
It's
no
like,
kidding.
oh yeah, there's like 45 minutes left.
I'm
committed now.
One thing that we can all count on with these upcoming TV shows and movies that we're looking forward to see how they come up. One thing that we can always count on is that the sun will rise in the east, and that Chaz will provide spoilers before 99% of us can watch them. So stick around for that, folks.
Yeah. Well, hey, anyone coming to YouTube for any content related to things coming out or things that just come out, that kind of comes along with the territory, in my opinion. If you want to save yourself from spoilers, you got to disconnect from social media. That's just all there is to it. For example, when season finales of like Game of Thrones, for example, had it came out, but I hadn't had a chance to watch them yet, or anything like that.
You just got to go dark.
Disconnect. I don't even want to risk seeing a story or a comment or anything like that.
Well, it's worse than that, because like when there's a movie that I really, really want to see, I won't even watch trailers for it.
Okay.
I don't want to know, because trailers these days give so much of the plot.
Tells you the whole story.
Yeah, it's why would you even watch it?